If you're meeting for the first time, a happy new year to you. Welcome to NTV At One. You're just in time for your most comprehensive news bulletin at this hour. And we are focusing on a number of stories. But let's start with the resumption of schools, where I understand that Education CS George Magoha is in Kibra, where he should be inspecting the state of preparedness for the Precious Talent School. And our reporter Leila Mohammed is on the ground. Leila, if you can hear me, what's the latest we can get from that side as far as preparedness for resumption is concerned?
Well, the latest, Amboko, is that the Precious Talent Top School here in Dagoretti South constituency will reopen on January the 4th. That is Monday. So the new items that have reopened are the basic facilities of sanitation. Let me just take a walk through how the schools will be. Everything is on the lower level coming into this facility. Remember, in 2019, things were different here on a very dark, early Monday morning in September, where kids had come for their classes, and unfortunately some of their classes fell down. Now, it's a different picture, as you can be able to see. There's a new building in space. Everything is on the ground floor. The proprietors of the school say that everything is ready for reopening of schools. Possibly we can just take a look at how things are going on. This was some of the places where Professor Magoha was checking in just to find out whether the kids will be able to wash their hands and be clean and just sanitize and do much more once the return to a school that the community really loves and we're hoping to reopen. So the proprietor says he's spent a lot more money and done a lot more things to ensure that possibly schooling will be able to get back to learning for the kids here. Maybe I might not be able to fit in, but for sure the kids who will be coming here on Monday morning will be having a different experience. And this is what Professor Magoha says, that the Ministry of Education is taking keenly to ensure that private schools are able to reopen. He says that the 7 billion shillings stimulus package that was aimed at the private school sector will not be happening as soon as possibly many of them thought it was going to be, because of various issues to do with the tax system and the country not being in a position to manage so much more in terms of not having money. However, he says for public primary schools, that money is coming in latest Tuesday. For secondary schools, later in the week, and much more will be happening. So he says much more information will be able to come through for every student. However, he is insisting that come hell or high water, every student has to go back to school on Monday. So I'm here at the Precious Talent. I take you back to studio. We'll be bringing much more information about this special Precious School in our subsequent bulletins.
Many thanks, Leila Mohammed, giving us an update on the state of affairs on the ground at Precious Talents ahead of the resumption of schools on January 4th. And now let's listen to what Education CS George Magoha had to say about the state of affairs when it comes to the school calendar, which starts on January 4th.
We are doing extremely well despite very difficult circumstances. We shall continue. You will see us moving around up to the first or second week after the opening to mop up the few areas. Everywhere in the country, desks have been produced. The standard is good. You can see it's better than the other. They are cheaper. Originally, we were supposed to make only 250,000. We are making 625,000 desks. None of you has picked that one because the positives are not important. And we have also scattered the desks, so more schools are getting them. Have they had an impact? You will decide yourself. I think they have had an excellent impact. That should some of the teachers decide, because of social distancing, there's a large tree there, there are others there, that today, this larger classroom, we should go and have 2 classrooms in the morning outside. There's nothing wrong with it. There's more oxygen outside. The tree, which you people laugh at, removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and adds oxygen there, in case you don't know. And it is the oxygen that is going to help you to fight the corona. So don't create, you can just twitch and turn everything else, because there was a headline which said, I said now people can learn under trees. which is very unfortunate. Of course, they will learn under trees, depending on the teacher's decision, and those children will be even healthier.
And that is Education CS Professor George Magoha giving us an update on what to anticipate ahead of Monday when schools will be resuming. Elsewhere, a splinter group of Talai elders who were to participate in Baringo Senator Gideon Moi's botched coronation ceremony is now accusing local leaders and administrators of inciting youth to sabotage the planned ceremony. Youth reportedly blocked the Baringo Senator from accessing the venue for the ceremony. The elders are currently addressing the media. I should actually say that they just completed addressing the media. And let's cross over to my colleague Gabriel Kudaka, who is on standby to give us the latest from that end. Gabriel, if you can hear me, what can you tell us has transpired on that side?
Kariban kujiato. Kariban kujiato. Oh.
Kudaka, if you can hear me, what's the latest from that side?
Yeah, thank you so much. Following a botched coronation ceremony of the Baringo Senator Gideon Moi this morning in Kapsisiyo area in Nandi County, a splinter group led by Christopher Koyugi, who is also one of the elders, are now currently have been addressing the media here, and I'm not joined by him. Mzee, tuambie unaitwaje, nilikuwa mfanya nini leo asubuhi na Bwana Gideon?
Kwa majina naitwa Kansela Christopher Koyugi. Gideon Moi angekuja kwangu leo asubuhi kufanyia sherehe ya kinyumbani ambayo sherehe maalum hajawahi kufanyia mtu mwingine kiongozi katika nchi hii.
Wanasema tayari alikuwa washambariki Bwana Ruto, naibu rais, na inakuwaje leo ndio mkamiti mfanye mtu mwingine pia sherehe hizo?
Wale wanafariki William Ruto ni wale hakupatia uwezo ya kufanya hiyo. Nyumba moja pekee yake katika Talai ndio iko uwezo ya kufariki mtu, na hakuna mwingine Kaptorokat clan.
Wanasema kwamba umeinunuliwa mzee kibiashara, kubariki watu kibiashara na kundi lako. Unasemaje?
Hatuwezi kufanya biashara kwa kubariki mtu. Hakuna kitu nalipa sisi. Kazi yetu ni kupatia mate na kupaka mafuta na kupalisha nguo ya kienyeji, na hakuna hata siku moja tumetai mtu kulipa sisi. Hiyo ni ya watu wengine, si Kaptorokat family.
Sasa mtaendelea mtakuwa namna gani?
Tutaendelea sasa kupanga tena kupalisha kitu na kupariki, na mtajionea nini wenyewe ile kazi tutafanyia. Kama umefanyia mtu mwingine na kumbe nasema hakuna na hakuna.
Kulikuwa na sherehe kule nyumbani, mlikuwa mchinja ng'ombe, itakuwaje sasa mzee?
Hiyo ng'ombe tu watu wa nyumbani na jirani wanakuja kula, lakini wale walifanya vitendo kama hiyo tutalaani kabisa. Mimi mwenyewe tutalaani. Hakuna mzee naweza kuingia kwake na kufanya mambo kama hiyo. Nao ni wachukui wangu, si watoto wangu.
Okay, that has been the Vice Chair of Talai Council of Elders, Christopher Koyugi, and he says nothing will stop them from going on to coronate Baringo Senator Gideon Moi as a Kalenjin leader. Back to you.
Much appreciated, Gabriel Kudaka, for giving us that update regarding politics on that side of the country. Now, let's get back to matters of education, and of course, many parents and guardians are engaging in a shopping spree ahead of the resumption of schools on Monday. And my colleague Helen Aura is in the streets of Nairobi to give us a beat on how that is feeling as we speak. Helen, how is it looking like outside there?
Go ahead. Well, Julian's parents are pulling all the straps to ensure the children are well prepared to go back to school. And as you can see, we're at Savani's bookshop, where parents are ensuring that they have bought each and every book required for their children as they've prepared to go back to school, ensuring that the children are well prepared. And because as we understand, most of the kids have stayed at home for close to 10 months. And some of the parents even who we've got an opportunity to speak with say that they are well prepared to ensure that their children are going back to school, and they're going to go back to school well prepared, due to the burden of which some say that the 10-month period which most of them have stayed home have caused a dent into some of their pockets. However, one of the key and grave concerns remain that the safety of the children back to school, with some saying that they are certain that the schools have indeed prepared well, follow the COVID-19 guidelines set by the government to ensure that as the children go back to school, they're well prepared. But others also still remain skeptical, saying that they're not so certain whether the children are still going to be safe. But either way, learning still has to continue. I'm joined by a parent. She's called Katra, by one of the parents here, and maybe she can even just tell us more as per how she feels. Hi, ma'am. How are you? How do you feel now that, do you feel well prepared now that your child is going back to school?
Yeah, we're trying our level best. Like now I've come shopping for my 2 kids. One is in PP2 and one is in Form 1. The prices have changed a bit, but we're trying our level best. Yeah.
And are you certain, or are you sure and confident that your child is going to be safe as they go back to school? Or what are some of your key concerns?
Okay, for now I think the situation has, the COVID situation has dropped, so we're hoping that it should be okay. Yeah, God faster. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and all the best. Well, Julians, back to you. And that still remains to be a key concern. The safety of the children in school still remains to be a key concern across. And back to you. We'll see how that goes in time.
Thank you so much, Helen Aura, for giving us that update. Certainly, we wish all the students and pupils going back to school all the best as they resume, and remember to stay safe. Staying with the subject of education, as the country gears up to school reopening on Monday 4th next week, parents in Kajiado North Sub-County have raised funds for the construction of extra classrooms in readiness for the resumption of classes. Mbulbul Primary School is set to have new extra classes to accommodate the high number of pupils in the school. Parents have expressed their concerns over the state of populous classrooms in the public schools are deterrent to the enforcement of the stipulated Ministry of Health COVID-19 safety protocols within the learning institutions. The fund drive targets to raise 3 million shillings and put up 10 iron sheet classes. According to the school board chairman Hamisi Ramadan, learners will be reduced to learning under the tree while seated on the floor due to the lack of sufficient desks. The new plan will not be tenable in case it rains, as the whole school compound usually floods.
Hofu yetu kubwa ni kwamba shule zitakapofunguliwa Jumatatu hatutakuwa na uwezo wa kuweza kuaccommodate hao watoto wote katika madarasa. Lakini tunafikiria kwa vile imetolewa ni kwamba ni lazima watoto wote waje shule, nafikiri wengine watasomea nje, na hata kusoma nje itabidi wakae chini kwa sababu pia madesk hatuna za kutosha.
And let's talk about matters public finance, where the World Bank has advised Kenya to tap into more concessional financing in 2021 as it looks to ease the rising public debt vulnerabilities. World Bank senior economist Alex Sienat says there is need for credit which attracts favorable repayment terms to help ease the burden being faced by the taxpayer in debt servicing. The government is set to borrow a total of 410 billion shillings in the external market in the current financial year to help in financing the budget. Kenya's public debt now stands at 7.1 trillion shillings.
You know, it's very much part of the overall strategy that the government has to, to really maximize on the more concessional sources of external financing as opposed to the previous use of Eurobonds, and that would seem to make a lot of sense.
And on that note, we take a short break. NTV at 1 will be back shortly with a lot more stories.
Geisha aloe vera and honey, made with the goodness of aloe vera to calm and refresh your skin.
Be strong and last long.
This Christmas, jaza kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ibambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Welcome back to NTV at One. Now, police in Githurai area of Kiambu County are investigating the death of a family of 5 believed to have succumbed to carbon monoxide poisoning. Eunice Omolo has more on this bizarre incident.
Last night, police officers in Ruiru arrived to this scene. A family of 5, a father, mother and 3 children had perished in what preliminary police reports say could be a case of carbon monoxide poisoning. Police say members of the family went unseen for the better part of Friday, prompting a neighbor to check on the household.
Kejia kwa nyumba, nikakuta hawa watu wote ni baridi. Watoto nini, nikijaribu nisikie kama kuna mmoja moto tu jaribu kuokoa.
The youngest of the family was 1 month old. They had 2 siblings under 10 years old. It is believed that the man, a local maize vendor, opted to boil his corn inside the house due to morning showers.
Possibly out of suffocation, because the husband is known to be a seller of browned maize, and that is actually what we have seen in the house. There was a njiko, a chakum, njiko.
The bodies have been moved to City Mortuary. Eunice Omolo, NTV.
Such an unfortunate turn of events. Security has been heightened in the coastal region even after the end of the festivities to forestall any security threat. This is according to the County Police Commander Stephen Matthew, who also says security patrols would be enhanced in tourist destinations. The County Commissioner has also warned against the emergence of criminal gangs in the region.
Over the Christmas festive, we managed to secure Mombasa, and I'm warning those groups that their days still they are numbered. We have been able to arrest around 18 suspects, and they are waiting to be arraigned in court on Monday. Those are from Kisauni and Nyari, and in other places I'm warning anybody who may be thinking to create insecurity within this county.
Now, the Anglican Church of Kenya says it is set to visit schools in the country to provide psychosocial support to students as they resume learning after months of staying away. Speaking while launching the program, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya, Jackson Olesepit, has urged all education stakeholders to support the children and help them ease back to school. He has also led a special prayer service for all students and pupils as they prepare for reopening.
The Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, and there is righteousness is what I, and for me holiness is what I long for.
For our parents and guardians who watch over us.
Now, the political season beckons, and communities in northeastern Kenya known for negotiated democracy are already gearing up for community leadership. Elders in Wajir have begun the coronation exercises of community and clan leaders, ceremonies conducted through local traditions. Nuruddin El-Moge visited one such event with echoes of civilizations from years gone by.
After weeks and months of anticipation, members of the Abdallah Daila family of Ajuran clan introduces the family spokesperson, Ugas Abdi Muhammad Ali, to the people in accordance with Somali culture and tradition. Dressed in Somali traditional attire, a white t-shirt, kikoi and hat, Ugas Abdi Mohammed is escorted to the venue of the ceremony by his 9 cabinet members, known as Sagales.
Ndugu zangu wametoa mimi kanaganaga paka ile kuheshimu mimi lazima naongeza hawa kuinjia mzuri, injia haki, hasa kaunti ya Wajir pamoja na ndugu zetu awe Ogaden, awe Dogodea, awe Ajuran, awe wengine ya Kola Terep, awe wengine hata wale walitoka down country, yote tuheshimu kuinjia mzuri.
Ngezi kwa ugas mpya ambaye amewekwa leo kama ugas ya jamii ya Ajuran Abdallah Daile, naambia yeye congratulations, Mungu akusahilie kazi unapofanya na unafanye jamii kuwe moja.
In a similar event, the Wakle family of the Ajuran clan endorsed the family's Ugas Mukhtar Adan Maalim, who represent the Ajuran unit in the decision-making process.
Katika miaka ya 1538 mpaka 1557 ilikuwa vita ya kwanza katika Sultanate ya Ajuran na Portuguese. Sasa sio kabila kidogo. Portuguese ambao wakati huo walikuwa superpower.
This is the third coronation of Ajuran Ugas in less than 3 months in what appears to be the return of the Ajuran Empire, which ruled large part of North of Africa during the medieval times. However, there is serious concerns in the clan-based leadership during this modern-day democracy.
I want to ask politicians like myself to give space to the cultural leaders, to the religious leaders. And we can do this by engaging in constructive politics.
Wafanyisiasa wamelaumua ya kwamba tutawasumbua Ugas na nini na hiyo. Well, Ugas ni leadership. Si ni kasi ya kuna kiti inaitwa Ugas, kuna sultanate. Hayo yote tutaendelea kuwasumbua na kuwafuruga. Bado tutaendelea kuwaonga na kuwapatia pesa. Bado nitasema Ugas fulani ni ukoo yangu. Yale mtafanya itakuwa juu yenu.
Tuna recognize Ugas tutafanya pamoja. Ile kitu muhimu kuwa mtu ambaye unatumia haki kuongoza jamii.
With over 1 year to the next elections, there will be more of such gatherings across the county and the region, largely known for negotiated democracy. Nurdin Almoge, NTV, Wajir County.
Many thanks, Nurdin Almoge, for that story. Elsewhere, since COVID-19 pandemic hit, the country police have been in the news largely for all the wrong reasons, as cases of brutality have been on the rise. But in Gonda area of Muranga County, it is a different story. The security personnel, in conjunction with area residents, have come together to hold a Thanksgiving service and eat together as they attempt to repair the relationship between police and the people. The residents say the area has had high cases of insecurity, drug peddling and other vices, but since the Gonda police post was put up, it has become secure, even attracting investors. They are calling upon the Interior Ministry to build modern police houses and give police vehicles to the post.
Viongozi wote ambao wako katika ikodo hii ndio diago kuna ndu makijitanira na njira leo mercy and presence. Asante.
Kutoka wakati police officers walitumwa hapa, tuko sawa sana kwa mambo ya security. Sasa watu wanaweza fanya biashara zao bila mambo ya duka zao kufujwa.
Ukienda kwa watu wa pikipiki, ukienda kwa watu wa nyumba 10, unapata tuko na ushirikiano mzuri. Ukienda hata kwa leaders, the elected, the nominated, hapa tunafanya kazi pamoja kwa sababu serikali ni moja.
Walipanga hii siku ili wafanye maombi, waketi pamoja, wasungumuze, raia waseme mambo ambayo wamepitia kwa mwaka mzima, polisi naye wasikize, naye waseme shida ambayo wamekuwa naye na raia. Na hiyo yote kama vile mmeona imefanyika siku ya leo.
We have organized on how to add more police officers within this area because the patrol base, it has been also approved by the county security team for the post to be the police station.
Now, lifestyle and diet remain paramount for a healthy body, and with lifestyle changes and inclusion of genetically modified organisms, the quality and safety of food is fast becoming a major concern. In Kiva, Machakos County, farmers displayed a variety of seeds in calabashes as they were taught on the importance of preserving and using traditional seeds instead of the codependency on hybrid seeds. The farmers have come together over the years and created nurseries as a means to preserving the traditional seeds, which they say produce more nutritious yield. They say the region provides a good environment for farming of indigenous seeds as they can endure and adapt to various conditions.
Tunapanda mbegu ile zetu za kienyeji kama mawele. Mawele wenyewe ni chakula mzuri sana. Na hiyo mawele inatusaidia sana kwa mili yetu.
Mbegu zetu zilianza kupotea na tukaanza kuingilia zile mbegu za kuingiza mandawa, mbegu za hybrid na ambayo hasifanyi vizuri sana kushinda zile zetu za nyumbani.
And on to news making and to stories making news further afield. Britain on Friday began a new year and life outside the European Union single market, with the fast trucks crossing the channel by ferry and rail largely reporting few difficulties despite new custom rules. Brexit, an all-consuming issue in Britain since it voted in 2016 to quit the bloc, became reality an hour before midnight after nearly 5 decades of integration with Europe. Prime Minister Boris Johnson was bullishly optimistic, writing in the Daily Telegraph that Brexit presented, and I quote, opportunities unknown to modern memory, even as the country battles a new wave of coronavirus infections. Johnson also tweeted his ambitions for a global Britain as the country took over the presidency of the G7 nations on Friday and prepares to host the COP26 climate summit in November.
I'm devastated, absolutely devastated, because it makes life so much worse for all of us who have chosen to live in Spain, because we love it here and it's made life so much more.
It's happening, it's beyond our control, it's going to affect us all, and I thought, well, let's have a little bit of a celebration commiseration, you know. There's no animosity meant, but there's a few people here that voted Brexit, there's a few people that didn't, but anyway, we're all going to have a bit of a good time together, and that's the idea for today.
I'm very, very annoyed, upset. Not only just because Britain has left Europe, but also it's cost me a lot of money as well. I have at the moment I receive a pension as well. With the exchange rate of the pound, I've lost over €100 a month.
Now, the United States Congress on Friday dealt Donald Trump a humiliating blow in his last days in office, with the Senate voting overwhelmingly to override his veto of a sweeping defense bill, the first time lawmakers have done so during his presidency. By a lopsided vote of 81 to 13, well more than two-thirds of the 100-member chamber required, the Republican-controlled Senate approved the $741 billion National Defense Authorization Act to fund the military for fiscal year 2021. The Democratic-led House of Representatives had voted 322 to 87 on Monday to override Trump's veto. Both houses of Congress had easily passed the legislation in early December by strong majorities, but Trump, citing a litany of objections, vetoed it on the December 23rd. Breaking with the members of his party, Trump had criticized the defense bill on numerous grounds. And on some sporting action, Manchester United beat Aston Villa 2-1 at Old Trafford to level on 33 points with Premier League leaders Liverpool. Anthony Martial gave United the lead in the 40th minute before Bertrand Traoré levelled for Villa in the 58th minute. Bruno Fernandes' penalty in the 61st minute ensured 3 points for the Red Devils. Meanwhile, West Ham manager David Moyes won at Everton for the first time since he left the club. Thomas Soucek's late goal gave West Ham a 1-0 Premier League victory at Goodison Park. Today, Tottenham will host Leeds United at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Crystal Palace welcome Sheffield United at Selhurst Park. Brighton take on Wolverhampton at Amex Stadium as Arsenal visit West Brom at the Hawthorns.
Into the penalty area for Thomas Soucek. Oh, he got a shot away and Pickford was equal to it. Cresswell fires one in and Soucek has put it in. It fell kindly into his path. Everton looked to the assistant on the far.
Spanish La Liga action continues tonight when defending champions Real Madrid take on Celta Vigo at Alfredo Di Stefano. Real are 2 points behind their city rivals and leaders Atletico Madrid, who will travel to Alaves on Sunday. This afternoon, Villarreal will play Levante at Ceramica Stadium. Later in the evening, Real Betis will host Sevilla at Benito Villamarin. Getafe tackle Real Valladolid at Coliseum Alfonso Perez Stadium. And that takes us to the close of NTV at One. Thank you so much for your company. Stay tuned for more programming.
This is NTV.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi guy, what the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
They recognize that there is no wall that you can build that can keep the enemy away from you if God doesn't keep you safe. And that's a big lesson for us.
Nilianza na kuuza viazi and nilikuwa nauzia marikiti. So I was conned money and
like how much approximately?
2.8.
Wow.
Yes, and it's not money that I took a loan from anyone, it's money I worked hard
So
from the
your
potato
savings.
business. Yes. 2017 after elections, vitu zikaenda vibaya sana kwangu. I ended up being chased out of my house and losing everything.
For you, ulimanageaje kuadjust with that situation?
Nilichukulia tu positively, nikasema hizi ni vitu tu, tutapata zingine. Si bado niko na nguvu. Naweza fanya kazi bado, you
It's
see?
a beautiful approach.
Yes.
And you know, that's how to kukiuka, you know, like always looking positive towards no matter the situation.
Exactly.
Na kama hii mrenda inachukuanga how long kuiva?
Inachukua kama less than half an hour.
Look at this. Ladies, I'm single, so you need a husband who cooks. Look no further.
Majina naitwa Miriam Nabakwe na mimi ni proprietor wa Kienyeji Store.
Tuzidi na Hustle in association with Safaricom.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated GE. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.
Hujambo na karibu uga wa michezo Afrika, kipindi ambacho kinaangazia matukio ya michezo ndani na nje ya